Hey, what's up Chemical Guys family, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be sharing with you guys some tips, tricks, techniques, and some things that you guys need to know when it comes to washing your ride. So we have this AMG in the shop, and you guys may have seen this vehicle in our channel before. That's because we just did it a couple months ago. However, the weather here in LA, it's been hectic. We've had all kinds of rainstorms. It's been raining like nonstop. It's been super windy. There's been trees being knocked over, and there's all kinds of debris and contaminants floating around in the air. And if you guys look at this AMG, you guys will see that most of them landed on here just because of how bad and how dirty it is. Now, this vehicle was parked in a carport, sat there for weeks. The last time that we had this car in the shop, we did a full treatment. We washed it, we clayed it, we ceramic coated it, and we did the full shebang on it. And now we're gonna go ahead and show you guys some little tips and tricks for you guys that you guys need to know when it comes to washing a vehicle like this one. Now, this one has all kinds of dirt, grime, brake dust, and it even has sand because the owner's vehicle does park near the beach, and that sand can be extremely abrasive to your paintwork. So if you're not careful in the way that you wash your vehicle, you can definitely cause some damage to your paintwork and any kind of exterior surfaces. So today we're going to be breaking down some things that you guys should know when it comes to washing your ride when it's as dirty as this. All right guys, so before we go any further, I do want to emphasize that this video is not just about how to wash your car. Today, we want to actually take a step back and show you guys and explain to you guys on more of a technical basis on what's actually being and what's going on. So you guys see, we always show our 2-bucket method, our wash mitt, our dirt traps, our foam cannon, and that's great and all, but I wanted to kind of slow down this video and just kind of show you guys more on a technical level what's actually being done to your vehicle with these products, what they're for, what they do, and why you should be using them. So as you guys can see, I have my 2-bucket method. You guys may have seen in one of our latest videos, we did just release our HydroGlide ceramic waterless wash, which is great. It's a great alternative method for washing your vehicle if you don't have any running water, or maybe you're limited in terms of, maybe it's cold, you live up north and you get very, very cold winters and you want to wash your vehicle. A waterless wash is a great way to wash your vehicle and just maintain the beautiful luster shine and the protection and the cleanliness of your vehicle. But in this case, this vehicle is beyond dirty, so we will be utilizing a 2-bucket car wash method with running water. So right here, you guys will see I have a bunch of things. Citrus washing gloss. This is a soap that we're going to be using today. If you guys don't know about citrus washing gloss, this is a great soap to tackle heavy dirt and grime sitting on your vehicle. So if you have a vehicle that very rarely gets washed, or it's maybe been a very long time that the vehicle has been washed, and you want to go with something that's a little bit more stronger and it's going to work out great for all the tough grime on your vehicle, this is the soap that you want. Wash mitt choice. Today I decided to go with our furry 5-finger simply because, as you guys can see, this has a long strand microfiber. Now what this means for your vehicle is that you can either use it for deep cleaning or very gentle cleaning, and I'll explain what that means. Now with these microfiber strands, depending on how much pressure you put down on the paint or the treated surface that you're cleaning, it's going to determine how much of a clean you'll achieve. So if you apply more pressure, maybe your vehicle's more on the dirty side, apply a little bit more pressure to help knock off a lot of that loose dirt and grime. If you want to give your vehicle more of a gentle wash, guess what? This wash mitt works perfect in both scenarios. So you can use it for a gentle wash, just a quick little cleanup, wipe away all that light dust, dirt, and debris sitting in your vehicle. That way you can get on with your car wash. The next thing that we're going to talk about is dirt traps. Now, what is a dirt trap? A dirt trap is a filtration system that you use for your bucket. That way it filters out your wash water. So if you guys will see from the front, it has a ton of holes. So basically the science behind this is it sits at the bottom of your bucket. As you're coming from your vehicle to your bucket, you're picking up all kinds of dirt and grime. And if you're not using a dirt trap, what's gonna happen? You're gonna wipe your vehicle, get dirt on your wash mitt, go to your soap bucket, grab more suds, and all that dirt is gonna start lingering in your bucket. You go back to your vehicle, wipe it down again, get more dirt, come back to your bucket, get more suds, and a lot more grime that you just left over from the last time you dipped your wash mitt in there. So you don't want to be going back and forth to your vehicle without a dirt trap, because this is going to help filter your wash water without you even having to do anything. This sits at the bottom of your bucket. That's basically all it is. You're not doing anything else. It's that easy. All these holes, you have the back, as you guys can see, they are very cone-like, so it basically filters through the face of the dirt trap at the top of the bucket, and then it's going to filter it through. And as you guys can see, the holes on the back end are a lot smaller, which is going to make it much harder for dirt and grime to resurface into your clean wash water. So that's how that works. And as you guys can see, I'll show you guys how to apply it. Best recommendation, fill up the bucket with water first. Never put the dirt trap first into your bucket and then fill it with water, because it's not going to seal to the bottom. So once you have your buckets, they're filled with water, grab them, and I like to go straight upright. As soon as they hit the water, start kind of twisting them downwards and angling them down That way, by the time you get to the bottom of your bucket, it seals nicely. And you're done. Like I said, it's not rocket science. You're not having to do any other steps. Those sit at the bottom of your bucket and they don't go anywhere else. So the next thing that you want to do is set up your foam cannon. So as you guys can see right here, we have our Torque Big Mouth Max Release foam cannon. Now this foam cannon pairs with a pressure washer. If you don't have a pressure washer, do not worry, we have you covered. If you have a garden hose, you can use our Torque Foam Blaster 6. If you have a pressure washer, you can go with any one of our Torque Professional foam cannons. And if you don't have either, then you can still go with the traditional bucket wash method and your favorite Chemical Guy soap to achieve a great, brilliant clean. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our citrus washing cloths and we're gonna apply about 2 ounces to our canister right here of our foam cannon. So that's gonna be equivalent to about 2 good squirts. If you have a measuring cup, go ahead and knock yourself out and measure it properly. We usually just kind of follow a rule of thumb, 2 good squirts, and that's all you really need. So we'll do that right now. And you're all good to go. One quick thing I did want to mention, I did forget to mention, citrus washing cloths, you want to make sure that you shake this bottle up before you use it. I already shaked it before we started this video, which, my bad, I completely forgot, but I'm telling you guys now. So just give it a quick shake and you're all good to go. It does have gloss enhancers and a synthetic soap formula, so you just want to make sure that that blends in well together before you start using it. So you want to make sure that the color of the product is all one color as opposed to it being split into 2. It's completely normal, so if your citrus washing cloth is split into 2, just shake it up, you're good to go. Grab your nozzle, go ahead and set that on there. Oh. Now, foam cannon, do not shake it. Don't go up and down, don't go, Darla Finding Nemo, fishy, just give it a nice little twirl and just make sure that the soap mixes in with the water. So basically right now you just want to make sure that all the soap sediment at the bottom of the foam cannon just get mixed in with the water and it's completely one color and you don't have all the little globs sitting at the bottom. And then once you're all done with that, simply set it down and you're all good to go. So a couple more things to keep in mind before you start to get into your wash. Now we will be adding soap to our soap bucket, which in this case I'm going to use my Smoked Obsidian Black Ultra Clear bucket as my soap bucket. My blue bucket is going to be my rinse bucket. So I'm going to apply about 1 ounce of soap into this bucket here. Now I know you guys may be asking, why am I going to put more soap into the bucket when I just put some into the foam cannon? Great question. The reason for that is because it's for added lubrication and cleaning power. So once you foam your vehicle, what's going to happen is all that soap is going to help break down all the dirt and grime that's sitting on the paint. And then most of it does end up kind of drooping off, or you may pre-rinse it before, and then you can go into your contact wash. In this case, we're going to go with a little bit of a different route when it comes to washing that we normally show on our channel, simply because most of the time we show rinse, foam, and then we go ahead and start wiping down. In this case, I want to take a little bit more of a softer approach simply because of that sand that's on the vehicle. Now, I don't want to show you guys or, for you guys to hear it, but I did touch the paint and I did kind of rub it a little bit and you can feel that the paint is very grainy, it's very sandy. If you were to grab a wash mitt and start wiping it down, you can cause some pretty serious damage to your paintwork, especially if it's a darker color where you're able to see all the scratches and fine swirls. I don't want to trigger any of you guys out there who, hate whenever, someone touches the paint. That's a big no-no, but I did feel the paint and it's like that, so that's just a sad truth. Now we're gonna go ahead and start washing. So right now what we're gonna do is, instead of rinsing down the vehicle, we're gonna actually foam it first. Now the reason that we're gonna foam the vehicle first is because that foam is gonna set softly onto the paintwork, as opposed to us just getting a pressure washer and going ham, knocking off all that hard dirt and grime that's baked onto the paintwork. So we're gonna use the soap to help loosen the dirt and grime and emulsify the sand from the paintwork, and it's gonna safely guide it off the surface of your vehicle. So right now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab my pressure washer wand, connect my foam cannon, foam this bad boy up, and then be right back with you guys for the next step in this detailing process. All right guys, and just real quick, as I was going to get the pressure washer, I realized that the wheels on this AMG are extremely filthy and had all kinds of embedded brake dust and dirt and grime all over it. So we decided to go ahead and just take a minute, clean them up with some Decon iron mover, and in combination with 4 of our detail brushes for wheels, such as our wheelie flag tip brush, our red rocket, our board hair detailing brush, and our big blue stiffy ultimate detailing brush. right, guys, so I just finished foaming the AMG, and as you guys can see, the foam's already kind of starting to droop down, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that soap to just kind of guide all the dirt and grime, dissolve it, and just get it off the paint as much as it can. So right now, in the meantime, what I like to do is I actually like to do the trim as the car is foamed up. So right here we have some Nonsense all-purpose cleaner paired with one of our boar's hair bristle brushes. We're just gonna spray a little bit into that and use the lubrication from the soap as added cleaning power. And we're gonna start attacking all the trim right here, like the grill and all the hard to reach areas that you normally wouldn't really be able to get into with a traditional wash mitt. So this is gonna work out great. So you kind of kill two birds with one stone in the sense that you clean and prep your trim as you're washing your vehicle, as opposed to, you know, you finish washing your vehicle and then you have to go back after you dry it to clean your trim and then apply your favorite Chemical Guys dressing. So like this, you save time, you save effort, and you know, you make the best use out of your time by, you know, not wasting any time sitting around or, you know, standing around waiting for the soap to do its job. And as you guys can see, this is gonna just ensure that whenever we apply our dressing, it's gonna bond and adhere directly to the clean and prep surface as opposed to a dirty surface. And you can do all kinds of things with this. So you can do all these little rubber seals around the vehicle. Like right here, you have this rubber seal that kind of goes around this light right here, as well as your logo. I know I'm kind of all over the place right now, but I'm gonna just scrub this little logo right here very gently, very softly, as well as the front one as well, just to make sure that we get any kind of standing dirt and grime out of the cracks and crevices. Clean our little camera right there while we're at it. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish doing the rest of the trim, not only on the front end, but the rest of the vehicle. So you guys can see right here, we have all these air vents in the front of the grill. Sorry, in the front of the bumper. And we're just gonna make sure that these are all nice and clean and looking as great as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of the trim. I'm gonna rinse off the vehicle, and then I'm gonna be back with you guys to show you guys the little tips and tricks and techniques when it comes to wiping down your vehicle. All right, guys, so we just finished quickly rinsing off the foam. Now, keep in mind, I was not doing a 100% job in terms of rinsing off all the soap, just because we're not looking for perfection here. Right now, what we're looking for is just to knock off all the dirt and grime that was sitting on the surface. So if you still have some soap just kind of lingering around, don't worry about it. We're still gonna get to it because we still have to wipe down the vehicle. Even though the soap did an incredible job of breaking down over 90% of the dirt and grime sitting on the vehicle, you guys can see in some shots that the AMG looks great. Like right now how it is, like if you were to look at it in person, it looks incredible. It looks like we just did a full service car wash. But in order to ensure that we 100% knock off all the dirt and grime from the surface, we still want to make sure to wipe it down with the wash mitt. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate my suds and we're going to go do our contact wash. So as you guys can see right here, I have my long wand handle. I'm just going to go ahead and activate the suds. You guys remember I put some citrus washing gloss in here. Let's activate those suds. And as you guys can see, citrus washing gloss, super slick, super sudsy, smells very clean. So now we're gonna grab our furry 5-finger wash mitt, dunk that in there. Now we're gonna start wiping down the vehicle. Now, I did go crazy with the foam. I did empty the clip. I basically sprayed the entire foam onto the vehicle, which I wanted to do so intentionally because I wanted to make sure that we sprayed enough soap onto the vehicle for it to dissolve all the dirt and grime. But you don't actually necessarily have to kill the entire bottle for washing your vehicle. In most washes and most occasions, I normally only use about half of it. And you can actually control how much soap you spray by controlling your nozzle on top. That lets you control how much soap, or sorry, how heavy your soap is. So if you want more of a mild, I guess kind of more of a sudsy wash, you can go ahead and open this up a little bit, allow a little bit more water to go through, and that way you don't kill through your soap so fast. So right now, since that's out the way, we're gonna start wiping down the vehicle. So we're gonna grab our wash mitt, and the great thing about this is you can actually put your hand into it and wear it as a glove, which is very convenient for washing your vehicle. So I want you guys to come over here now. Now, normally, I would recommend that you start from the top of the vehicle That way you don't, cross-contaminate kind of dirt that's sitting at the top of your vehicle from the bottom and vice versa. The worst thing that you can do is start washing your vehicle from the bottom and picking up all the abrasive things that your wheels kick up, like brake dust, ferrous metals onto the body of your vehicle, and then bringing it to the top and scratching up all your surfaces. So always start from the top, work your way down. But for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna show you guys right here on the hood. So whenever it comes to wiping down your vehicle, you wanna make sure that you're using straight motions. And you also want to make sure not to apply any kind of heavy pressure at all whatsoever. So, I'm not right here like, grinding all the stuff down. I'm just allowing the weight of my hands to just glide the wash mitt over the surface. That way we can just get the nice deep clean and not, grind any, possible contaminants sitting on the surface into the paintwork. Now, another reason I chose this wash mitt, you guys saw that? It's super flexible, so you can use your full 5 fingers to contour any kind of rounded surfaces, as opposed to the, the more squarey wash mitts or sponges. You'd have to go one side, do this side, do that side, do this side. It gets complicated. Check this out. You're done. Feel like a spokesperson here. Very quick, very easy. Use your 5 fingers to thoroughly and easily get into any kind of contours and crevices. As you guys can see, I can easily do this headlight very quickly, very easily. This bar right here, just wrap 2 fingers around it and you're good to go. So this is super convenient for any of you guys out there who have vehicles that have a lot of contours, very curved edges, surfaces like Porsches, exotic cars. And then going back to our 2-bucket method. Now the 2-bucket method is not to be forgotten. So I know sometimes we can get carried away, we start wiping down our vehicle and we forget about the 2-bucket method because we're too busy trying to get it done. One thing I do want to point out right now is the water. Now you guys, for those of you guys asking why are we washing in direct sunlight, we're using filtered water, which means that there's no any kind of minerals in the water. So when the water dries up, it's gone, it leaves nothing behind. So the water is filtered, that way we can wash in direct sunlight without any kind of water spots whatsoever. And that's one of the great things about having clean water and filtered water, is for that reason. So if you guys are washing outdoors and you guys plan on washing outdoors, if you're a detailer or maybe you're just at home, I would recommend looking into a DI tank to filter your water. So now I'm gonna go ahead and continue with the 2-bucket method. Now, I did mention, you might get carried away, you might do the rest of your vehicle and forget about this whole thing to begin with. That's perfectly fine if it's your first time. But if you are a professional detailer or maybe just a detailing enthusiast, never stray away from the 2-bucket method. So now that we've done a certain section, well, I did 1 wipe on the hood and then more of the front end. Right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna wring out our wash mitt. So we're gonna go ahead and dunk our wash mitt into the bucket. And then we're gonna scrub the face of our wash mitt onto the dirt trap that's sitting at the bottom. And that is gonna help knock loose any kind of dirt and grime still sitting on your wash mitt. That way it knocks it loose, it pushes it through the face of that dirt trap, and it keeps it at the bottom of your bucket, that way it doesn't resurface. Now the next thing that you wanna do is wring out your wash mitt. Now one thing I did forget to mention is you have 2 sides of your wash mitt. So I only use this side. I only show you guys on demonstration purposes this side, but you can easily flip your hand inside out within the wash mitt to use this side as well. So always make the maximum use of your wash mitt. That way, even though I would encourage you going back and forth from your 2-bucket method to your vehicle, make sure you're also utilizing your wash mitt to the full potential. That way you're not constantly having to come back. So what I mean by that is, instead of just doing a fender, coming back, doing a door, coming back, do a fender with one side, do the door with the other side, and then come back. That way you're not making so many trips. But if it helps you sleep better, going back and forth more often, then that's great. So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some more wash suds. We're gonna dunk our wash mitt into the bucket, and then we're gonna continue washing the rest of the vehicle. So at this point right now, I mean, you're basically just gonna mimic everything that we've done so far in terms of how to wipe it, the 2-bucket method. Whenever you do a certain section, come back, rinse off your wash mitt, wring it out, grab some more suds, continue doing the next panel, and basically do that until you're all done with the vehicle, rinse it off, and then dry it. But before we get into all that, we're gonna go ahead and finish wiping down the vehicle. We're gonna dry it off, and then I'm gonna show you guys some drying techniques that you guys need to know in order to safely dry your ride. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so right now we're still kind of in between finishing wiping it down. I know that, I said we'd be back with you guys real shortly, and, I didn't break my promise, I'm back. But I did want to mention one thing. Now that is, why are we wiping down the vehicle without there being like a heavy coat of foam like we normally do? And that's a great question, and I'm glad that you guys thought about that, because the reason that we're wiping it down this way is because you can either choose to do either or. So you can either foam the vehicle once again for added lubrication and cleaning power and then wipe it down, or in this case, we're just gonna make the best use out of the soap that we have in our bucket and just make sure it doesn't go to waste by just using this soap to wipe down the surface of the vehicle. Also because there's not really much dirt or grime left on the surface. So right now, this soap that we have right here is more than enough to just knock off any remaining dirt or grime that may be sitting on the vehicle. I mean, there's really nothing on there, but like I said, just to be sure, we just want to make sure that we knock off 100% of the dirt and grime. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and finish this up, and then I promise this is the last time that I'll interrupt this montage. So let's go ahead and finish this up. All right, guys, so now that we're done rinsing it off, I'm gonna show you guys some quick tips and tricks on how to dry a ride. Now, you guys already know about our Woolly Mammoth Ultra Plus drying towel, which is a super absorbent towel. It's gonna work out great for safely drying this vehicle with a perfect streak-free finish. Now, the beauty about it is that it's super plush, it's super soft, it's super absorbent, and it's silk lined. I know, a lot of S's, right? It's silk lined, which means that even if there is anything like, by this point, if we haven't washed off, like let's say a little piece of dirt or grime, the silk edging is extremely soft, so it's not gonna drag it along the paintwork and scratch it up. So that's what makes this towel so great. And then another great thing is our after wash drying aid. And this is basically, it says it in the name, after wash. After you finish washing your car, spray it onto your vehicle or spray it onto your microfiber towel. But I want you guys to come up close and see what this really does. So if you guys will focus right here, you have a lot of standing beads left on the water. Now, this vehicle is treated with a protectant, but if your vehicle is not treated with a protectant, I want you guys to pay attention how this spray reacts to the water that's standing on there. So I'm gonna spray it right now. You see how the water just kind of breaks down and it starts kind of falling down very quickly and easily and with no effort? That's exactly why we made this product. It's for you guys out there who love a beautiful drying experience. Afterwash is actually going to provide a streak-free finish by breaking down the tension of the standing water left on your vehicle, making it much easier to wipe away, and that way you don't have any kind of streaks left behind. So it breaks down the tension, and it also has synthetic gloss enhancers that leaves a nice high shine finish. So right now, we're just going to go ahead and finish up the vehicle, and we're going to go ahead and wrap up the video right now. If you guys like this video, make sure to give us a huge like. If you haven't done so already, subscribe. And if you guys want to see more videos like this where we show more of a full technical breakdown of what's being cleaned and what's being detailed, let us know in the comments section. I'm always super eager to make these kind of videos for you guys. Right now, we just did the washing guide. If you guys want something like, for example, a wheel guide, interior, engine bay, you guys name it, leave it in the comment section down below and we'll make that video for you guys. And if you guys want to pick up any of the products that we use in today's video, you can pick them up on our website, chemicalguys.com, or swing by your local detail garage store. And make sure to stay tuned on Wednesday for a new video where we're going to drop a brand new product that we've been working on for months that you don't want to miss out on. Until then, we'll see you guys next time.